Well, sound is a carrier wave of consciousness and intention, so you can literally load energetics and vibration onto sound. Sound is vibration, is a carrier wave of consciousness. So you can imprint what I call the real reality in my book, Blueprint, the multidimensional reality of sound, light and energy. It's everything with creation and manifestation is based on vibrations, movement, resonance and frequency and energetic fields. So I literally recorded crop circle fields, sacred spaces, intention, loving emotions, even silence after doing the sound healing is a different kind of energetic silence before you do the sound healing. So this energetic field, there's sacred spaces of energy, love and compassion, we recorded and put in music. So the music itself might be healing, as a healing kind of atmospherics and sound healing stuff. But the intention loaded on that healing can resonate again. If you listen to the speakers, listen to the music, those vibrations come into your nervous system and into your body and can literally transform energy into matter, because there was even one person who did not like crop circles, did not even believe in crop circles. I told her the crop circle believed in her, because the funny thing is she put on the CD which was accompanying the book Blueprint, and one song on the CD contained the energetic field of a crop circle in silence, so to speak. And she felt it, she put it on and saw images of us and our children in this crop circle, so she was a bit irritated. She said, "What's this? I get all these images of a crop circle, I don't believe in them." So I said, "Well, it seems like they believe in you." Because there was silence in this song, so I literally recorded the crop circle's energetics, which was silence and a bit of wind, and the rest is just beautiful music. But she could actually download, so to speak, the cosmic things coming through resonance in this invisible and inaudible field, so to speak, which was hidden, so to speak, in the music. So you can literally load energetics and intention and compassion and emotion, because a lot of people don't realize this, very important. Emotions, thoughts, intentions are real. And what I've researched in my own field of non-local energetics and non-local information transfer, also people like Lynn Taggart, William Tiller, I've interviewed those people in my radio program, Gezond en Wel, for argusoverradio.org. And the rest you can find, by the way, on my healingsoundmovement.com website. So we have two sites, www.healingsoundmovement.com and one www.worldpeacechild.com, which is the love and intention global consciousness experiment with and for children, so to speak. But those people also prove actually that intentions, heartfelt emotions, heart coherence, so to speak, can literally transform reality, actually create and manifest in reality. So your intentions, your thoughts, your emotions, your heartfelt love and compassion are as real, maybe even more real than this chair I'm sitting on, because it's 99% empty energy space anyway. It's empty matter, but it's filled with energy space. So if everything is energy, sound, light and vibration, of course you can work with it in the form of sound, light, energy, resonance and vibration. A lot of people don't understand that what I call the real reality and the world of matter is actually comprised energy forms. Even our bodies are like frozen music and captured light, and every time our cells are being rebuilt so fast, so to speak, that we can't see our transformation, but matter is being compressed from the basic reality, what I call the blueprint of life, the real reality of standing waves of sound and light, energy, interference patterns. So in simple terms, sound, light and energy. Everything is sound, light and energy. And everything that moves, so everything which is alive, moves, has a vibration, and every vibration is a sound. So sound is the most essential element in reality as far as I'm concerned.
So the silence is as important, if not more, than the sound itself? Because there is a vibration in silence. Can you tell us more?
Everything is vibration, and everything which is alive vibrates and creates frequencies. And it might be such a high frequency we don't hear it, but if you blow a dog whistle, the dog will respond and you will hear it. But the silence is actually the most important part of sound healing. Because after you've done sacred space and you created an intention on the carrier wave, which is a sound, You create an energetic field, you can create sacred space through coherence with a lot of people singing together and putting intention on something together. But the silent part after the sound activation, that is the exact spot where the transformation of the intention which was loaded on sound as a carrier wave can begin. So the silence after a sound is maybe even more important than the sound itself.
Wow.
And that's what they call sacred space. If you have a room like this and there's nobody in the room and you feel the silence, you just feel something or nothing. But then you do sound healing, or you do sacred work, or you do loving work, because love is a real emotion. We all know that, we can feel that, but it's also a non-local energetic field which you can transfer as energy, and well, to be exact, as information, which non-locally transmits to other bodies and other fields of consciousness, because we are connected, interconnected in a holographic universe through these fields. My energy fields are now going to this camera and to your ears, but it's the same with consciousness and intention and thoughts and heartfelt emotions. I mean, the magnetic field of the head is like this, but the one of the heart is bigger. So we know things are electric, electromagnetic, bioacoustic, scalar electromagnetic, holographic. And what does that mean? It's all frequency and resonance based. There's nothing concerned to matter and particles, and everything in your body is vibration created compiled into dense matter, compressed into matter. But even this matter, the 99% of what you call matter, is emptiness, but it's filled with emptiness. We don't know what this emptiness is, but you can hear me because there's a medium in emptiness, in indivisible medium, which or invisible medium, which transfers this scalar wave or this information field or this sound vibration. So that's why the silence is so important after the sound, because that's the point where everything can be transformed into the body, can be grounded. That's one of the most important points in sound healing and energetic music.
How about the intention that you put in the music?
Well, we literally do that while you saw that when we live performed. My wife does sacred choreography. I call it, we have sacred geometry, I like to call it sacred choreography. She's doing, as a Qigong instructor, putting out chi fields, literally fields of intention. I do the same with my effects and filters, and I put my emotions on the fields, and I make sounds without touching the machine. I break light and I create sounds, but I have to be very careful where I move my hands, so there's a lot of intention there. But we do the same by even feeling and thinking it to the field. We're creating sacred space, and if you can connect to other people's consciousness, you can create coherence. And coherence, and this is very important, means that frequency information can be amplified. So if you have 5 people singing something, it's more than 5 people singing, because the energy field builds up and builds up. And like people like William Tiller are actually proving in science that you can even send an intention on a machine and even send it to FedEx and send it to another laboratory in the world and put it to the pH of water or enzymes, and it changes this activity. So even sending an intention through FedEx to something else works. So what we've done in music is put intention in music, and while recording onto my dot recorder, which is a magnetic tape, it's important because on magnetics you can load information. We always, that's the important thing to do, if you record your final piece of music, don't do it when you're stressed, don't do it when you're aggressive or you have a lot of problems with your neighbor or whatever. Do it when you're in a loving state, a compassionate state, because actually you can program magnetic tapes. If people can do it with non-local energetic transfer of information, loving intentions, and we can show this in science. We can see that DNA responds at a distance to our emotions and our psychological well-being, so to speak, or not well-being. When we're stressed, our DNA is stressed at a distance. When we are in a loving state, our DNA literally, this is the work of Glenn Ryan and the people at Heart Math, Heart Coherence, opens up. When we are stressed or fearful, we are in a state of anxiety, our DNA starts to compress, as if our body literally responds. And we know this. We know stress is negative. We know love is positive. But in medicine, of course, you can't really patent an emotion or a herb or something not a natural going on bioenergetics, scale electromagnetics, and bioacoustics, whatever you want to call it, sound, light, and energy. It's a natural principle, so there's a lot of resistance because you can't patent it, you can't put it in a pill. But I'll tell you, so you know, I've written an article called Digital Biology, the Future of Medicine, and also about digital or electromagnetic homeopathy. Literally all pills, all medicine, all vaccinations can be exchanged, so to speak, by their bioenergetic blueprint. If you use morphine, the real biochemical stuff, on rats, of course they will respond. If you radiate the electromagnetic essence, the blueprint, what I call the blueprint of the substance, to the rats, they respond the same way. If you simulate this radiance of the electromagnetic digital biology of the substance morphine, which isn't a substance anymore, it does the same. So you can even simulate the electromagnetic radiance. But here it comes. If you use the electromagnetic radiance of the essence of the substance morphine and you program it on water, so you inform water, you create structured water. This is of course the work of Emoto and a lot of other scientists, hundreds of scientists proving this work. You can literally bioprogram this water with an energetic matrix field of information, because that's what it is, non-local energetic transfer of information, not even energy, information, because the sound of light is a carrier wave of information. Intention, love, fear, whatever you want to program on this sound wave or light wave. So if you do that, the rats respond the same as if they got the real morphine. So they drink informed, structured water with morphine information. You never have to use the substance morphine itself. Now think of what this could mean to the world. No more pollution, no more transport costs, no more pharmaceutical billions of income. That's the bad side for some people who want to sell pills. But the good thing is we could use billions of dollars and euros to change the world where it's needed, like good food in third world countries instead of vaccinations, because food and high quality food really reduces the risk of getting infections and getting diseases. And of course the third world people already have a bad immunity, so if you vaccinate them they won't get protected, they will get a worse immunity system. So what you need to do is create health and not fight disease. And if you want to create health, you've got to create immunity. And how do you create immunity? We know that with high quality food, they get their vitamins, they get their minerals, and this is the real natural antibiotics for true health. And only true health is immunity. It's not fighting disease.
Thank you, John.
You're welcome.